So today, we are making another delicious recipe that's made with the most basic pantry staples, is seriously so easy to make, and comes together in just 5 minutes. Yes, you heard that correctly, just 5 minutes to put this beautiful dish together. Anyways, we're talking a creamy white bean and roasted pepper soup. Now this is a soup that's perfect for any time of the year, as you can serve it at room temperature, chilled on a hot summer's night, or you can even heat it up for a beautiful meal during winter. Either way, this soup is very healthy for you, it's effortless to put together, and it's going to fill your body with so much nutrients. Let's begin by adding in 2.5 cups of cooked white beans into a sieve, which is 400 grams, and rinsing them under some cold running water. Now the cooked white beans I'm using are jarred ones, which is the same thing as the canned ones, and as for the beans, I'm just using typical Spanish white beans, but you can also use cannellini, Great Northern, or even navy beans. And we'll add the drained beans into a food processor. To make this soup, you can also use a blender or even a handheld mixer. Then I'm going to grab a jar of roasted red bell peppers and add in 4 of them into the food processor with the beans. The ones that I'm using are Spanish pimientos del piquillo. You know, if you can't find these in your area, no big deal. You can just use standard jarred roasted red bell peppers. Then we'll grab a large clove of garlic, remove the skin, and add it into the food processor. We'll also add in half a teaspoon of dried thyme, which is about half a gram, 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, which is 30 milliliters, and half a tablespoon of sherry vinegar, which is about 8 milliliters. To make this soup, you can also use white wine vinegar, red wine vinegar, or even apple cider vinegar. Then we'll season everything with sea salt and a generous portion of freshly cracked black pepper, and we'll run the food processor on a low speed just for about 30 seconds. That way all the ingredients can be well mixed together. Once all the ingredients are mixed and everything's well integrated together, we're going to continue to run the food processor on a low speed, and at the same time slowly add in 1 cup of vegetable broth, which is about 240 milliliters. Of course, to make the soup, you can also use chicken broth or even water, but let me tell you, by using broth is what gives the soup that incredible depth of flavors. As always, the vegetable broth that I'm using is homemade. You'll find the recipe on how to make it in the iCard above and description box below. Once all the broth has been added, we're going to continue to run this just for another 30 seconds or so. This is going to ensure that all the ingredients are well mixed together. That way we end up with that beautiful creamy texture. And that's the exact texture you want from the soup, a beautiful creamy goodness. Of course, if you want yours to be a little bit thicker, add in less broth in there. And if you want it to be a little bit runnier, add in more broth in there. Either way, make sure to give it a taste test. That way the seasonings are exactly to your liking. At this point, this soup is ready to go. I'm going to transfer some of the soup into a shallow bowl. And we'll sprinkle it with a generous portion of freshly chopped chives. Check it out, our creamy white bean and roasted pepper soup is done. Super easy to make and came together in just 5 minutes with absolutely no cooking involved. You know, like I told you at the beginning, you can serve this at room temperature or even chilled. You set it into the fridge for a couple hours, and if you want it serve it warm, add this into a saucepan, heat it for a couple minutes, and you're gonna have a beautiful heartwarming meal. Either way, let's give this a try and see how it turned out. As always, folks, now it's time for the moment of truth. Let's see how this soup turned out. Just 5 minutes to put this together. It is absolutely delicious, and that natural creamy texture from the white beans is absolutely beautiful. You know, this is possibly one of the easiest recipes we've ever done here on Spain on a Fork, but at the same time, one of the most flavorsome ones. Give the soup a try at home, and I promise it is going to completely blow you away because it is that good, and once again, it's going to fill your body with so much goodness. Really quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Yvette Rivera, Nancy T, David Anthony, Michael Fenter, Catherine Clark, and Jean. Again, guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit that like button, as it really helps out the channel. Leave me a comment below and share this video with your family and friends. That way our Spain on a Fork community can continue to grow. Till the next time, hasta luego. Wow. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. better than any restaurant food you'll ever eat. See you next video.